Right now, on a clear night, somewhere in the Astro telescope, no fancy gear, just your own eyes, you could look up and see another galaxy. Not a star, not a planet, an entire galaxy, 2.5 million light years away, sitting quietly in the sky like a smudge of light. That's Andromeda, and scientists just discovered something happening inside it that's been going on for 500 million years, and we only just now have the technology. Andromeda is slowing down. Its stars are being born at a fraction of the rate they used to be, and what's happening there might be a preview of what's coming for our own galaxy, the Milky Way. Stick around, this one's actually wild. Let's start with what Andromeda actually is. Andromeda, also called M31, is the closest major galaxy to our own. It's a spiral galaxy, roughly the same size as the Milky Way, and it's about 2.5 million light years away. In cosmic terms, that's basically next door. It's actually the most distant object you can see with the naked eye, if you're somewhere with dark skies. Next time you're out camping or somewhere away from city lights, look for it. You're looking at trillions of stars. A team of astronomers, led by Tobin Wayner, used the Hubble Space Telescope to zoom in on Andromeda in incredible detail. We're talking about mapping around 200 million individual stars across 2/3 of the galaxy's star-forming disk. That's not a rough estimate, that's counting stars one by one, almost like taking a census of an entire galaxy. Why does that matter? Because individual stars tell you a story. Young stars tend to be big, hot, and blue. Older stars are smaller and redder. So if you map out where the blue stars are versus the red stars, you can literally reconstruct the history of when a galaxy was making stars. It's like reading rings in a tree trunk, except the tree is a galaxy and the rings are stellar populations. About 500 million years ago, Andromeda was cranking out new stars at a rate of about 1 solar mass per year. To put that in perspective, that's roughly what our own Milky Way is doing right now. Andromeda was actively building itself, but then it started slowing. By around 40 million years ago, that rate had already dropped by half. And today, Andromeda is only forming stars at about 1/5 of a solar mass per year. That's an 80% drop over the last 500 million years, and the sharpest part happened in just the last 40 million years, which for a galaxy is basically the blink of an eye. The researchers traced most of the slowdown to one specific structure, a massive ring of gas and dust that circles Andromeda. This ring has been the galaxy's main stellar nursery for a long time, accounting for 60% of all of Andromeda's star formation. As that ring's activity has faded, it's dragged the whole galaxy's star-making rate down with it. Is something actively killing off star formation in Andromeda, or is this just a natural slowdown? That's where it gets interesting. They looked at a smaller companion galaxy called M32. M32 is a compact little satellite galaxy that appears right next to Andromeda. It sits about 16,000 light years away from Andromeda. We don't actually know its true 3D position. Scientists aren't sure if M32 has ever physically passed through Andromeda's disk, but there was a noticeable drop nearby. Star formation in that specific area had dropped off starting around 60 million years ago, separate from the broader decline. Could M32 be disturbing Andromeda's gas and dust as it moves nearby, disrupting the process that creates new stars? It's possible, but the researchers are being careful here. They're not claiming a direct cause and effect. Lead author Tobin Wayner has been upfront that they can't say for certain. It's a strong clue, not a conclusion. So what does all this mean for us? For one, it's not that Andromeda is dying or running out of gas and dust. This looks more like a natural, gradual slowdown, like a galaxy catching its breath after a period of intense activity. Earlier research suggests Andromeda went through a major burst of star formation around 2 billion years ago, possibly from a merger. What we're seeing now might just be the long, slow tail end of that earlier boom finally winding down. Andromeda is close enough that we can study it star by star while still seeing the big picture of the entire galaxy at once. We can't do that with our own Milky Way. It's like trying to understand what a forest looks like while standing in the middle of the trees. Andromeda gives scientists a way to study a galaxy just like ours, from the outside, in full view. What we learn about Andromeda's history could help us understand our own galaxy's past and where the Milky Way is headed. NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope is set to survey Andromeda soon, with a field of view over 100 times larger than Hubble's. So this story isn't over. This is just the first detailed chapter. So next clear night, if you're somewhere dark enough, try to spot Andromeda for yourself. It's faint, but it's there. If this kind of deep dive is something you want more of, let me know in the comments. Drop a comment, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. That's all for Astro in a minute. Subscribe for more.